I can hear the clock really well, so hopefully it's not a distraction to me. You probably don't even hear it, but I do. Anyway, this is Mary Ellen with Portraits of Me, and welcome to another video. Today I'm really excited to do a tag video, which I haven't done a tag video in a while. So this is going to hopefully be so much fun to do, and thank you Booky Lorra for tagging me in this tag. Now the name of this book tag is the Honest BookTuber tag. And again, I was tagged by Booky Lorra, so I'm going to put her video in the description box below so you can check out her video and her answers to these questions. And I'm also going to reference the original tag maker, and that is Harriet Rosie. So I'll put her channel and video information in the description box below as well. So let's get to the questions. I think there's 7 or 8 of them. So let's begin. Okay, so I have written all the questions down because there's no way I'm going to memorize these. So if I'm looking down, I'm reading it. Sorry about that. But I'll try to put the question on the screen as well so you can see what the question is that I'm going to be answering. And I'll try to be as honest as I can be. So let's get to the questions. Question number 1. Have you ever lied about reading a book? Now, my first inclination to this question was going to be no, I've never lied about reading a book, because I always thought, I'm not smart enough to lie and carry on a conversation about a book I haven't read. But then as I thought and pondered a little harder, I realized that I had to change my answer to yes. And the reason being is, and I know lots of you probably did this in high school, recommended reading books that you had to read and write a report on. I have to honestly say, I sometimes didn't read the book. And I actually have 2 examples for you. Let's go back in time for a bit, shall we? I don't know about you guys, but I tend to keep all my stuff from when I was younger because I'm a hoarder of mementos and stuff like that. But anyway, I have some reports that I wrote in high school for books I didn't really read. But did I trick the teacher? Let me show you if I did or not. The first one that came to my mind was this one right here. This is a report on the Scarlet Letter. And I remember I tried to read this book, but I just could not get into it. And so, remember when they used to print, I don't know if they still do because I'm not in school anymore, but those Cliff Notes, those yellow books with the black stripes, and it was Cliff Notes for all those classic books that schools made you read. Well, I took the Cliff Notes book and I drew up my report, and I think I did pretty well. The report was to write 3 letters, 2 to a friend and 1 to the author. And so these are my reports that I wrote, my letters, and it looks like I really did impress the teacher because they wrote a note that says, "You organized well with good opinions and support with excellent examples on symbolism. Thank you, Cliff Notes." Okay, so that was one of them I remember not reading. And then I found this one right here, and this one is for Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and I did not read this book either, but I got a B on my report of the book, and the teacher wrote, "Good, tight report." It says, "Organization and original thinking, especially in 3rd paragraph, but on the short side and with the weak conclusion." As you can see, it's very short. It's only 1 page. But I did get a B- for not reading the book. So there you go. There's my long answer to question number 1. But I thought it would be fun to kind of share that flashback to my high school days. But since then, the answer would be no. I haven't pretended to read any book that I really haven't read. Okay, question number 2. Have you ever avoided a book because of controversy around the content or the author? And this one was a no as well, because I hate to say this, but when I first started BookTube, I wasn't really that into authors or controversy or knowing about the author's controversy. And then when I started BookTube, That's when I started watching so much more videos, and I was enlightened by all you booktubers out there who reported on these types of controversies. So there is actually one book now that I'm not very interested in reading because of all the controversies surrounding the publication of this book. And that book is, I should have brought it. It's that Watchmen book. And this is how bad I am. This is why I can't fake reading a book. Go Set a Watchman, I think is the title is, from the author of To Kill a Mockingbird. And that whole controversy about this being the original manuscript that she did not want published, but then it got published. Because of all that controversy surrounding this book, I did purchase it before I knew about the controversy, but now I'm not too keen on reading the book. So that's the answer to question number 2. Question number 3, have you ever been sent a book for free and not disclosed it? Now this is a no. I've always disclosed my free books when I receive them from the author or the publisher, and I think that's the right thing to do so your audience knows that you were given this book for free to review. I try my best to remember to always let the viewer know that these books were free, but my opinions are honest opinions of what I thought of the book. Question number 4. Have you ever bought a book with no intention of reading it? Who does that? I do that. And the reason being is sometimes when I'm researching a topic, I tend to buy the books surrounding that topic, like history type of books, with no intention of reading the full book, but just using that book as a reference to do research. So for example, I wrote a children's book about the Maya, and in order to be more knowledgeable about that subject, I purchased a ton of books about the Maya. And did I read those from cover to cover? No, I didn't. I would just pull them off the shelf when I needed to do research on their culture, on their homelands, on their traditions, their mythology, just subjects like that. I would pull the books down and look up that subject and read about that subject. So those are the only types of books that I've bought knowing I wasn't going to read them from cover to cover. Does that count? Because I'm not really intending to read it cover to cover, but I do intend to read it, if that makes sense. So that's the answer to that question. Question number 5. Have you ever got caught up in BookTube drama? I have to say, no, I haven't. I'm always late on the train to BookTube drama because I really don't go on Instagram very often. I don't go on Twitter very often. I don't go on all those other social media outlets where sometimes the drama starts and then you see videos later on talking about the drama that was on Twitter or Instagram or here or there. And that's when I tend to realize there was drama, is finding one of those random videos somebody has made. So no on BookTube drama. Question number 6. Have you ever had a hate comment and did you respond? No, I haven't had a hate comment yet. I've had some videos where people put little, thumbs down, but I haven't actually had a comment that was full of hate towards me or my video. But I think that has a lot to do with my channel being so small because not a lot of people actually view my videos, so that's less chance of someone hating on them. So at this time, no. But theoretically, if I did get a hate comment, yes, I would respond. I wouldn't respond by lashing out, but I would respond with a simple kind of response to whatever criticism that they gave me or my video. Question number 7. Have you ever made a video just because you knew it would get views? No, not really. Although I do record a lot of thrift books hauls because those are one of my most viewed video subjects, but I would be buying thrift books anyway, even if the views weren't as good as they are on those videos. So no, I haven't really tried to do a video that I thought would get views, but I do tend to do a lot of book hauls, which are my most viewed videos on my channel. Question number 8. If you could go back to the beginning of your channel, would you do anything differently? That one, I would have to say probably not. Maybe research BookTube a little bit more than I did. I didn't even know there was a BookTube when I started my channel, and then that's how I got to know about BookTube, was because I started a channel talking about books, and that's how I started, you know, watching more videos and more BookTubers and getting into all the hype of buying books and reviewing books and all that kind of stuff. So maybe just to have explored that subject a little bit more before I started my channel, but other than that, not really. I would still, if I was going to start my YouTube channel today, I'd probably do it the same way I've done it now, just starting to record videos and posting them to BookTube or YouTube. Question number 9. Are there any channels you wish you could be more like? Not really. However, there are a few times where I've seen bigger booktubers videos and thought they were such a fun idea and wish I could do such a video. But since my channel is smaller, that kind of limits me on some of those fun interactive videos that the big booktubers do. So my answer is like no, but yes, because if I was bigger, I would love to do like an assumptions video, but my channel's too small. I would like to do those videos where my viewers pick my TBR and things like that, like kind of involve the people watching my videos. But at this time, it's just really hard to do that because I don't have that much views on my videos, so those would probably be pretty boring if I did those. So at this time, not really. I just being me on my BookTube channel, so we'll see where that goes. And then question number 10. There's actually more questions than I thought there were. What's something you love about your channel? One thing I love about my channel is that it allows me to interact with the people who watch my videos. Because I am a smaller channel, when people comment, I love that interaction and corresponding back and forth with them through the comments. And I like, right now, I really do like that it's smaller because I can do more of that interaction and more one-on-one than I would be able to if my channel was a larger channel. So I'm taking advantage of being small right now to get to know all of you guys who are subscribing to my channel, and that's what I really like about it at this time in my BookTube career hobby, my BookTube hobby, because it's not really a career, but you know what I mean. So anyway, and that's it. Those are all the questions. And so I guess the last question would be to tag some people to do this tag of the honest booktuber tag. Is that what it's called? I already forgot. Let me check my notes. Yeah, the honest booktuber tag. So I am going to tag Melissa from Melissa&Barnsie because I know she likes doing tags. I've seen a few of hers and she does a really good job of answering the questions. And I would really love to hear her honest answers to these 10 questions. And then the other person that I would like to tag is the book lady, because I just actually started recently conversing with her on BookTube, and I think she's very interesting. She has a lot of insight on such different subjects of books, and I would love to see what she would answer to this tag as well. So both of you have been tagged, and I guess that's it, you guys. Thanks so much for watching my video. Thank you, Booky Lorra, for tagging me to do this tag. It was a lot of fun, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to converse with me in the comment section about any of my answers or any of these questions, please leave your comment below and I would love to start a conversation with you there. And as always, may you have a great morning, day, evening, or night, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!